Here's Jason. You guys know him.
Yeah,
Jason Kessler.
He's here.
Yeah, and just for the record, last video he said black people and white people are equal. Okay, boom. Broken little rumor there. That's Don, the truth conductor. He's at the White House like 2.5 hours every day. So it's not hard to meet Don. Right, Don?
That's right. Not hard at all.
He's the truth conductor. And I'm kind of hard to find because I'm always wily. Thank you to Don for that. I'm going to say it again for that segue, that 9-bot. Dude, 30 miles an hour, 42 miles. I'm rocking, unrestricted. So I'm chasing down limos. It's great. Things are really going on. So we're going to just have a discussion again. We don't really have a... Did we pick a subject?
No, we haven't picked the subject yet. You know,
maybe this is the crop. I guess this is the crop, Don.
I guess this is.
This is it. I'm going to lay here on the ground.
I can only get your head. I can only get your head.
Why don't you put the camera over here? You're doing the simultaneous?
Yeah.
I'll give you my video if you want it.
I'm on Twitter, man.
I can give you my video. You can just upload it later.
Twitter, man.
I should get a little tripod like you guys.
Yeah, really. We should all like not be never a wasted moment, Jason.
Yeah, I'm
that's all about Jason, man. You just put him right in the middle of the shot. He's like the movie star or something. What's up with that?
I was trying to angle it a little bit.
Angle it.
Now, Jason, a lot more people know about you than me. They just don't know the truth. That's the issue.
Yeah, I know.
That's the issue.
That's on purpose.
I know, and here I am, right? You know, running around on thin ice. And of course, I got to talk to Jason because God said, no fear. No fear. All right, so what are we talking about? We have nothing to talk about, so we're just going to sit here and hum.
So we're sitting here, and last time we were at the White House. Right now we're at the Lincoln Memorial.
Oh, good job.
The parking sucks around here.
I don't worry about that, thanks to Don.
Yeah.
The other Don, not that Don.
And first of all, ladies and gentlemen, the reason we having this conversation is because we're trying to show people that you can have a variety of opinions that can come together.
And respectfully disagree.
And respectfully disagree.
And still respect each other.
A whole lot of stuff with these two guys, as you see, I'm the fly in the
buttermilk. Oh, single us out. Oh, it's always the two white guys, Jason. It's always the two white guys.
So, y'all see, I'm the fly in the buttermilk.
Oh, get the heck out of here, Don.
And we just have a conversation, man.
You're not the fly in the ointment. We are the ointment. Why you gotta separate yourself? That's racist, Don. Don't be racist again on another video.
That's not racist, man. That's reality.
Why are you making us different? Why are you making us different?
It's not, see, because what I'm trying to show people is you can be different.
But why you gotta call yourself the fly in the ointment?
No,
why
no,
are you
but
the
I'm
fly?
just saying.
I'm the fly. Maybe I'm the fly.
I got the flavor.
See, you're gonna do it. I told you. I called him out. I got him again.
Because I got the flavor.
I respectfully disagree that you're the fly in the ointment.
People, man, that regardless to your ideologies, you know, you still can sit down as human beings, as people, you know, and have a discussion. And that's the most important thing, man. If we can sit down and talk to one another.
Amen, my brother from another mother.
Okay, all right. That's what this is all about. Just being able to talk to one another.
Yeah. So obviously Jason must have enjoyed himself last week. Otherwise he wouldn't have come back. Thank you, Jason, for coming back.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thank you for coming back.
Do you have anything in particular you want to talk about?
Yeah, I was just, obviously part of my notoriety is because of standing up for the Robert E. Lee Monument in Charlottesville, and now here we're at the Abraham Lincoln Memorial. So I think I would be remiss if I didn't point out that I think Abraham Lincoln was the worst president in American history. And I know Don might have some complicated thoughts about that.
That's the conversation.
Let me see if this Twitter is working.
He's still worried about his camera right now after that statement.
Yeah, no.
I got video for you right here. I'll give it to you. This isn't live streaming.
Okay, all right.
Don't worry about it. You can use my video. I don't care. I'll give you my video.
Okay.
You're on it.
It's not working?
No, it's not.
Don't worry about it. Done. We got a hot topic here. You're worried about tech?
Okay. Go ahead, man. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Get back in the shot.
I'm coming back.
We're waiting for you now.
I wanna record this though.
I
know.
Is that an apple?
Yeah.
I can airdrop it to you.
For Don to fix his.
Yeah.
I would need to get a tripod like you guys have.
I got an extra one. I can give you one.
Yeah.
All right. You don't need it. I'm sure you got tripod.
Okay. All right. Now let's go.
It's all about Don.
Okay.
The fly in the ointment. He's not the fly in the ointment. I'm the fly. I'm the fly in the ointment.
I'm the fly.
Okay.
All right.
Come on.
All right. So Jason, what were you saying about Lincoln?
Yeah, he was
so
the
I'm
worst
just saying
president.
That I think Lincoln is the worst president in American history. I mean, no other president has suspended habeas corpus, one of our principal constitutional rights. No other president has jailed journalists, political dissidents, just because he didn't like their political views. Didn't give them a trial, just detain them without political
Were they
process.
military tribunals? Is that what they were? They were tribunals back then?
I mean, the Civil War didn't need to happen. I mean, of course, slavery was an evil thing, and it's good that we did away with that. But is the way that Lincoln dealt with the issue the best way? I mean, it led to an enormity of bloodshed.
But wasn't it true that the South wanted to hold on to their labor, so they didn't want to give up the slaves? Wasn't that part of it? Because they were
It's
changing.
a very
the Union
small
was changing.
percentage of the population that owned slaves. For the majority of the South, it was more about the northern aggression.
But then,
They were
hold on a
trying
second.
to.
But it's a very small population that actually are the richest in the world.
What's that got to do
That's
with?
not, you know. So.
Well, that's what the
Yeah,
plantation owners probably the richest, right?
Yeah, they were the
They
richest.
had the cheapest
Yeah,
labor.
you know, so it might have been very few of them, but they owned a lot.
I mean, from the very beginning of America, you know, our leaders were trying to figure out how to deal with slavery, and it's a messy issue because a lot of people, looking back on it, are going to say that there was it was a tainted process from the beginning because our founding fathers owned slaves. But you know, I think that they recognized that it was an evil early on.
Oh, well,
and
yeah,
were trying to deal with it, and many of them set the ball in motion. In fact, the entire project of America is about, you know, freedom and emancipating people from authority.
Yeah, and the people that were in Africa were selling their own people to the slave ships, so they were the people in Africa were doing that.
Now this is where I have a problem.
Is that
with
true?
That. This is where I have a
That's not
problem
true?
with that. Because we don't know what they were telling the people in Africa.
So we have no history of how they got the slaves from Africa?
Listen. What I'm saying to you is this: that I think there's a lot of deception.
Right.
That was the stories that were told.
Right.
You know, as far as
How do you think they got the slaves in Africa? How did they get them from? Do you think just white people came in and took them?
Will.
No, seriously, I'm asking a question.
Will. Let me ask you a question. Do you think that if you had an ulterior motive to do something, and people really didn't know the conditions or the...
You think they fooled them on the ships? But they were stacked up. That wasn't a comfortable ride. With chains? It wasn't like, hey, get on the ship, we're going for a cruise with the Love Boat. I mean, come on. Okay. These people did not want to go to America on those boats. We agree on that, right?
We agree. Okay. And we can also agree that the ones that made it, because a lot of them didn't.
No, a lot died. It's a terrible condition.
That is. So whoever came across, made it across. Man, that person had a strong constitution to lay there in their urine and feces.
Well, they didn't have a choice.
Stench.
They were all stacked in
you
boards, planks with chains.
Okay, so when we start talking about, you know, black folks selling other black folks,
you can't talk about that.
No, you can talk about it, but let's find out what methods we use.
Oh, so you don't know? You don't know how they were taken?
Well,
then let's investigate them. Do you know how they were taken in Africa? This is
what I do know
originally, no, I don't know.
Let's find this out, guys.
What I do know is this: that you know, you're dealing with a culture where family was extremely important.
Agreed.
Okay.
As well as white people too. White people value their family.
Okay. So you know, when we go back and look at slavery, you know, let's find out how did they get them on the ship?
Oh my gosh! You know what? I've got a title for this video. A talk about slavery with Jason Kessler.
But I think
it's not clickbait now that you brought this subject up. No, but let's investigate this, because I brought this up going, I'm assuming that, so it's wrong to assume, obviously. How did the slaves get acquired in Africa before they came over? We all agree they didn't go over on the free volition. They didn't want to go. They wanted no love boat.
No, it wasn't a love boat.
Wasn't no love boat.
Okay.
And I'm not being funny about it. I'm serious. I mean, this was terrible conditions.
And this is bad. One thing, but this is the problem I have.
What's the problem?
Everything that is pro-black is not anti-white. And this is the problem we have in America
Oh, so,
right
so
now.
BET.
That a lot of things that people perceive as pro-black, they automatically want to label anti-white.
Well,
No, I think, I think
you see-
the majority of the anti-white stuff is coming from other whites, from affluent whites. Right now, the greatest conflict is between basically the blue-collar whites and the rural blue-collar whites and the affluent urban whites. And the affluent urban whites, you know, like the city people, you know, they're trying to use all these other racial groups as their pawns, basically, like stirring up hatred. You know, it's very similar to the same kinds of conflicts that were going on during the Civil War.
Because Antifa is majority white.
Yeah,
Well, it's
and they act like they speak for
Black America.
Black American.
And
Why
like,
why
I
they're
know-
burning down the black businesses?
When I
and
did
killing
my
black police
Unite
officers?
the Right 2 rally in Washington, D.C., I had white, I had black, I had Hispanic, I had Jewish, I had lots of people there. And all the people who weren't white who were with me, they were the worst abused by the leftists. You should see like just an army of like far left, not all Antifa, some just liberals, and the hate on their face, like screaming like you're a race traitor, all this stuff. Just really disgusting people. So that's the way I see it, is that the affluent urban whites are trying to use the
BLM
minorities,
The
like
minorities.
stirring
So-
up racial grievances. You're so oppressed, you have to do what we say, or otherwise you're going to be discriminated against even more. And if you don't do what they say, then they attack you and they'll call you a coon and whatever else, because you are owned by them. That's the way they see it. You owe so much to them. Look
Right.
how much they've given you.
Right, yeah. Well,
Wow.
Nancy Pelosi said that. I
Wow.
take care of my constituents.
Wow,
Can't be able to work.
that's deep.
That is deep.
That's deep.
This is a deep conversation.
Okay, because now, and
But
see,
but it's true. I mean, that rings true for me. What he's saying. It's not true.
well. See, let me explain to you. Slavery was designed to be permanent
right.
to
Well,
the status of the mother.
right. Well, we went through that. We went through that last interview, last show. We don't want to.
But we might have somebody
Well,
that
let
You're
me
gonna bring it
ask
all
you-
up again?
Let me ask you something, Don. There's a bill that's been proposed by Josh Hawley, and he's saying that we should put labels onto consumer goods that are produced with slave labor. Because actually, there's a lot of products that are made, like iPhones and things that are made
Right.
with forced labor in
Right.
certain regions of China. So why do you think the black community isn't like getting behind this more? Shouldn't the black community's history with slavery make them want to stamp that out all over the world?
Well, see, and I'm not a spokesman for all black people.
No, none of us are.
Okay.
He's not spokesman for all white people. I'm German people. I'm not.
You know, I don't know. I
What
can't
about
tell
that?
you why black people won't get. Maybe they're not educated to
Well,
this.
They don't
And-
know
and-
about it. A lot of people don't know.
Well, they're learning now.
You see what I'm saying?
They're learning
so,
now.
So, but we black people in America got so many other issues that they got to be concerned with. When you come talking about some stuff that's going on in China, and they can't pay their bill, you know, the lights or the water or the gas is turned off. You know, how much interest do you think you're gonna get in it?
That's the thing. That's the thing about
You see?
and the last 4 years.
You know?
The last 4 years during the Trump administration, black unemployment was at record lows because of the.
But it
the
was
opportunity-
higher than everybody else's.
You're over
still.
talking me, my friend. You got a little energy, Lynn. Why don't you hear me out, okay?
All
right? We can respectfully disagree when I'm done.
All right.
All right. So, the opportunity zones with Ben Carson, there was over 2,000 of them in like Detroit and all the areas where were prominently black populations with no opportunity. So they're just smoking and doing whatever they can because there's no jobs to get. They don't have jobs to get, and they're just getting a little bit from the government, basically enslaved by the government through welfare because they, you know, you talked about that with the women. Every child, they got more money without a man in the house. No, hear me out.
Yeah,
So what
yeah.
I'm saying is that now we've got somebody that has got a record of being a racist. Took away the opportunity zones, to the best of my knowledge. I don't know if they're still going. Opened up the borders, has brought in 250,000 illegals in the past 8 weeks, and just busting them up because they don't want to keep them on the border because the optics would be bad. So Camillo's like, get them up there, send them to Rochester, New York. So what's happening is all these people that are pouring in through McAllen, Texas, the tip of the spear, McAllen, Texas, the very tip of the point of Texas. They're drowning babies in the Rio Grande, and they don't care. No, none of the media is talking about it. I got a playlist. I got a deputy that witnesses to the fact that they're dropping babies, Mexican babies, in the water so they drown, forcing the Border Patrol in the Rio Grande to save them. And then they move the high ticket items, which are Asian people and Middle Eastern people. They're $10,000 to $5,000 a head. A Mexican person's worth about $2,000. No, $1,000. They're usually worth $500. Since Biden's been in, they're worth $1,000. So they're throwing away the Mexicans because they want to get the more expensive people. And the two cartels that are evil don't care about human life, and they're letting go.
Just a few questions, though, man. Where are these people getting this money from?
What's getting what money from
When
where?
you're talking about $5,000, I mean,
It's the cartels.
No. But
They're getting the money from them.
this is what I'm saying. But the people that are paying.
Yeah, the Asian people that are somewhere in Asia, they're like, yeah, $5,000 to get my cousin into America right now. I'll pay. They're doing it.
You see what I'm saying?
They're making millions of dollars.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that money source can be traced.
Who cares? They don't care. They're not saying anything. They don't want them on the border, so they're just shipping them up because it's bad optics. They had kids. Remember, they had kids in there for like 2 weeks. Oh, sorry. Remember, one extra day on Trump. They all freak out. Now they go 2 weeks with nothing. Nothing. The media's like, are those people being mistreated? Those children? 2 weeks. They're just overbooked.
This is what I think.
Come on.
You know, under the Trump administration, the media had one focus: Trump.
They still do. They need him for ratings.
No. They had him. Trump is a money machine. I mean, come on,
You
man.
make money off hate.
You make money. Okay, you got a lot of people that are following Trump that are still upholding whatever he's doing for the money, man. It ain't about
President Trump. I want to meet you during the Freedom.
It's about the money.
President Trump, I want to meet you during the Freedom Conference. I want to talk to you, have a private meeting with you, sir. If you would do that for me, I'd be greatly appreciative. Anybody that might know President Trump, if they would let him know that I'm putting a call out there to meet with him, I'd really appreciate it.
And he gonna say who?
It's amazing how the illegal immigration is
It's blown away.
transformed
Oh my gosh.
this country. I mean, a lot of people who might be watching this, you don't live near an urban center, who might live in a rural area, you have no idea. Just like people have no idea how they're still crazy about these stupid masks in places like Washington, D.C., where they've moved on.
Watch that subject so we can keep this video up.
But in a place like Washington, D.C., and the surrounding areas, you go one block and it looks like America. And then you go another block and it looks like Central America. And I mean, not in a good way. It looks like a dystopian future. It looks like that scene in Back to the Future too, when Marty accidentally, ends up in the alternate universe where Biff is taken over and there's crime and vices and the streets are crappy and dirty, and it's just a hellish dystopia. There's places like that in urban centers all over America now, and it's like, what the hell happened?
It's designed this way. It's designed to separate us. All of this is designed. Everything's designed. The whole thing with the Capitol is designed.
But the one thing that you'll notice about these areas that are like that, that's where the majority of the crime is. That's where the police is focused on those areas right there, where you got the dilapidated houses, the streets are filthy.
There's a lot of desperate people there.
You know what I'm saying? Because you'll notice that a lot of the police resources are going to these areas, because 9 times out of 10, these are the people that don't have the money to defend themselves, number one. That's going to have to go to the bail system if they get arrested.
Yeah, but that's the problem. What do you do about it, though? I'm going to come up with solutions. I don't want to just keep talking about the problems. So everybody keeps talking about the problems, Don, and it's not getting unification. So we keep talking about the past problems. We're focused. Hear me out. This is a really important point. Hear me out. If we keep focusing on the past problems and ruminating on it, we're going to just be repeating our old behavior. We now need to unify and come with solutions that are going to be helping the people. And one of them is awareness of just talking to each other. So the black population that's dealing with what you're talking about is talking to the white population. We all need to come together. We need to start talking to each other, having some picnics together, really mix it up so people can start to understand we're not going to bite.
Well, but the problem is this. in order for us to get to where you are,
Yeah.
we need to have this painful, ugly, uncomfortable conversation,
That's what I'm
which
saying.
nobody wants to have.
But that's what I'm doing. Oh, so you're saying by me being positive and uplifting is ignoring the problem?
No, what I'm saying, in order to understand where you're going,
Right.
you got to look where you came from.
We got that.
Okay, so and we in Americans have never really discussed where we came from.
So you okay?
Well, part of the issue here, though, is that when you talk about these type of communities, you're not just talking about like us. We're not talking about just black and white, you know, and people who've been here for generations and have some shared experiences, shared language, shared culture. You're talking about like people like they don't even make people assimilate anymore. They're basically like conquering peoples who come in, and if there's like a soccer match, for instance, they're waving another country's flag. They're not waving America's flag. They're not speaking our language. There's a lot of people who are coming in from God knows where. They're being brought in by drug cartels. Like here in the DC area, they had a bunch of busts from the Mexican Sinaloa cartel recently.
But
MS-13 is another one that they're bringing in. It's like, how do you unify when people have no intention of
actually
assimilating?
Okay, but
It's
my
a conquering
question,
force.
but
It's
my
more
question,
like you look at it historically. Some nations rise and some
Yeah,
fall.
but what I'm saying is, by when I say unifying, we can unify against evil. So those people that are evil, that are not going to unify, they're going to isolate themselves.
I don't even
But
think
Jason, why
they're
does that
evil,
make
and a
you feel
lot of them
uncomfortable,
themselves are probably victims. You know, they're brought into this situation by these cartels.
Right.
Maybe they're desperate to escape their country,
Of course, or just
but
want to stay alive.
The solution isn't bringing them here and like having them relive that cycle and bring that cycle here. I mean, we can do things to help them where they live.
But why does that make you feel uncomfortable?
Why?
With them coming
Because
No,
it's
no,
dangerous. It's dangerous.
It's a different
first of
culture.
all. Like you can walk from one block, which looks like America. You know what that means,
But-
and you feel safe. And then you walk into another block, and you're like, holy shit! It's like you just jumped on a plane and ended up in like a favela or like a ghetto in Central America. You're like, I don't even know where I'm at right now.
But this is still America. You know what I'm saying? This is our house. So, and what boggles my mind is you got people coming here, one, don't know the laws. A lot of them can't even speak the language. They don't understand the customs, but yet we're afraid of them. I don't get that, man. It's like when you go down to the White House, you know, with the fences and stuff.
Yeah.
That's fear. And that's the White House is Secret Service's house. And they are afraid. Why? Why we in America? Man, you don't know the rules, you don't know the laws, you don't know nothing. And you got me scared? Come on, Jason.
I mean, and
You know,
it's not
come on,
just,
man. Ain't no reason for us to be afraid.
I mean, when you don't know when you see your country changing so much and so quickly, and the norms and the laws and everything are breaking down, the crime is going through the roof, you really do have to worry. I mean, and some of this stuff that's going on, I mean, it's just like comical. Our standards have gotten so bad. You look at this guy Fauci. Fauci is like
You have to watch that subject though, Jason.
Okay,
right now it's touchy for me. I'm sorry.
Let me
So I
say
can't
something.
talk about what's
y'all
been in the
hear-
news with the Wuhan lab.
Yeah, man, because
y'all hear the
they're
helicopter?
chopping me up. Yeah, they're going to land Marine
All
One.
right, I won't talk
because
about
that
Fauci
seriously,
and the Wuhan lab.
You're
But
killing me.
But it's also, you know, you look at what's going on with China. Like people were talking about recently how the wrestling star John Cena, who is now an actor in the new Fast and Furious movie, he had said that Taiwan was a country, and it's actually, you know, like an area that that the Chinese government is very sensitive about, and they don't recognize it as a country. So he had to apologize in Mandarin to the Chinese.
Oh, look at this! Oh, it's a great shot.
It's something happening.
No, that's Marine One. That's Marine One. No, I know it's not Marine One. Yeah, he flies around before Marine One lands. I bet you Marine One's landing.
But you look like China is our number one adversary right now, geopolitically. It's not Russia, it's China. And in every other era in American history, like like whether you're talking about our struggle against National Socialism or against the communists or whatever, you know, like the Soviet communists are portrayed as the bad guys. The Nazis are portrayed as the bad guys. But here, we haven't had a movie, for instance, critical of the Chinese government since like the 1990s, with the movie with Brad Pitt about Tibet.
That's their influence.
Yeah, they're very powerful. And you look at the fact that like there's so many Chinese that are coming into the universities. Look, we are so fucked. You know, there's so many people that are spying on this country. Spies are literally sleeping in the same bed as our representatives.
I know.
Like that guy Eric
Swalwell. Oh my God!
Stuff is
And
not
Nancy,
gonna go on
and
forever.
Nancy let it happen. Nancy knew about it for 3 years and didn't say anything.
It's like
she's Speaker of the House.
You complain about it. You're like, oh, why is this happening? It's not going to happen forever. They're going to win. So like we are not over there doing the same things to them. They are kicking our butts.
And so
the entire world is eating our lunch.
So could it be possible that because of the American greed,
Oh, Don,
that the
everybody's
Chinese
greedy.
has
Don, everybody's
exploited?
greedy. But I'm telling you, this is a lot bigger than.
I mean,
This is a lot bigger than even race
look,
relations, you know what I mean?
Look at who owns America now, man.
but Don-
Americans don't own America no more.
Yeah, but so we give up. That's what we do.
No,
is we
no,
give
we
up.
don't, because all of the corporations they're sold out.
What do you want to do?
To the highest bidder.
What do you want to do?
Look,
What am I gonna
race is part of it, but it isn't just race.
No, it's not
You know,
just race.
You have to have a national identity to say, like, this is who we are,
And that's why
this
they're
is
splitting
what
us
we're
up.
not, and we're going to protect what we are against those who are not us, who want to destroy us. And now we're like questioning things that are basic.
Yep.
Like we don't know what a man and a woman is anymore. How are we going to know who we are as a nation if we can't
Oh,
even
Jason,
acknowledge
that's
that
good.
there's a man and a woman?
Dude, that's so
Like,
true.
We're just like this amorphous blob.
It's gonna
coming
change,
out of
though.
a liberal university.
It's gonna change,
and
though, Jason.
our butts are gonna get kicked.
Jason, let me tell you a prediction, and I don't think I've said this on video before. I think that Kamala Harris can become president. I think she's gonna be the first president. I think Joe's gonna step out in 6 months. I think I put this on another live stream, although this isn't a live stream. God knows if I can upload this size file. But Kamala Harris can become president. We're gonna lose more and more freedoms. They're gonna suppress the white people as much as they can by lifting up the black people to create resentment in the white people that weren't racist. They're gonna create racists, angering 85% of the population, and that they're doing that on purpose to isolate the black population. So they're gonna pull the reverse Jim Crow, and then they're gonna bounce it back on the black people again, and it's gonna create more racists by what they're gonna do by glorifying more and more, just saying the blacks are better than whites, and they're gonna just get more and more people pissed off.
You know, I don't.
Straight up.
As a black man, I don't see all of this.
Oh, I know. It's
I
different.
mean, all of this favoritism toward blackness now.
Oh, now
I don't see it.
do
I mean,
you want me to
seriously.
explain?
No, I'm listen.
I can explain.
I'm telling you what I'm saying to you is, evidently, this is just for a few select blacks because everybody is not across the board. Because I don't see it. It's not affecting my lifestyle. All of this favoritism.
I was homeless. That didn't affect my lifestyle either.
You see what I'm saying?
It's certain specific things like university admittance, and that's not going to affect your age bracket or like government jobs. If you want a government job, it's great. Also, like you don't. Like you're lifted up in like corporate America. In corporate
Jason,
America,
but
Jason, hold on a
like
second,
they have this
Jason.
critical race theory
Hold-
stuff.
hold-
that's
but
saying
Jason-
we're all
Yeah,
privileged.
we're all, yeah, and then we're subconsciously racist. We don't know it.
Rich white parents.
Something is going
been-
on. You're right, Don.
Yeah, I told you something going on.
He said he
man.
doesn't usually fly over this. It
Yeah, I
must,
told you
I think
something
it must
going
be
on.
a rally.
It's a protest.
Yeah, I'll get it
It's a
later.
protest.
They
At the
take a
White
while.
House, probably, right?
Yeah, it's
damn,
around the White
I
House.
just left there.
That we'll go
Shit.
back. We'll have fun. We love protests.
Anyway,
I always cover them, give
but
everybody
like,
a voice.
We don't talk. Look at the white parents that have bought their kids since for years. This been going on for years.
Yeah, but you're going to the past again, and you don't want to. You want to stay in the past because you
See y'all, no.
Why?
See,
Talk to me.
Because every time I bring something up like this, okay, to show you how white people have exploited the system
Right.
for years.
right.
Okay.
How do we stop it? How do we stop it? That's my question. I mean, we keep talking about what they've been doing. I get that. The sense of what you're saying, and I'm not disagreeing with it. There have been black. No, I'm not disagreeing with it. The black people have definitely been stereotyped because of the optics. They're always doing it. You know what I mean? Drives me crazy.
Okay.
You and I both discussed that.
Okay.
I'm not denying that.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, how do we fix it? And the way I say we fix it is we right now start communicating with each other, do picnics and spend time with each other, black people and white people, and just start to get to know people. Start to say hello to people.
And why doesn't
it's a
that
simple
happen, though? Why
because
isn't
it's
that
just
happening?
starting. This is the Great Awakening. When we lose our freedoms under Kamala Harris, we're going to start really appreciating them again. So it's going to draw us closer together. I know this because of the relationship I have with you and other people that happen to be black.
One of the biggest hurdles to that, like I was saying, is these affluent urban whites. When they don't want black people and white people
No, they
to
don't.
have
They
that
don't.
conversation.
They don't.
They want white people to be cut, like white people who aren't happy with the anti-white trajectory of the country, to shut up and to be like put in a corner somewhere, put in a jail.
Why do you think
cell.
they're doing that?
They're indoctrinated. They're drinking some Kool-Aid.
But what do you think their motivation is? I think I got a theory.
Money, man.
Well,
Money
it's
money
a
is
cult. I
behind
mean,
all
it's
of
like a
this.
religion.
Money
You
is
know,
behind
people
all of this.
get into fervors with cults and religions.
Listen.
and that they're being indoctrinated in these universities. I mean, like it is like a new religion, and a religion is powerful enough to conquer the planet. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, we're gonna let me. I want to close with this for a moment. We'll talk a little further, and then so if the battery runs out, I've got an end. Okay, so I'm doing an end right now. So we're gonna continue these kind of conversations. This is deep. I don't even know if I'm in trouble or not. I don't know what happened there.
Man,
We're just speaking opinions right now. Yeah, I know, but people are getting so hyperbolic now. Everybody's freaking out about one thought. I can change my mind. Okay. You know what I mean? Don can change his mind.
Right.
Don't freak out if we got a point of view you don't like or you totally disagree. You don't need to get triggered. You just need to educate. So if you're getting triggered by anything Jason said or Don said or I said, I'm sure there's people out there triggered by all three of us somewhere. Discuss the reason you're triggered. You don't have to call people names or wish they die or just tell them to go somewhere else and blackball them and cancel them. It's not necessary. We now need to start having a conversation with each other and talking. And there's something going on at the White House. We got to go.
Listen, let me say this. And the question is, why are more conversations like this are not being featured?
Well, it just started though. We're breaking ice
But
here.
I'm just saying, why haven't you don't see this
Don,
nowhere else?
Don, we're going back in the past again.
No,
because the media is trying to shut it down.
No.
And there's a lot of organizations that are trying to shut it down.
Yeah,
And
but
listen,
the odds of this
and
video
you know
staying
what?
up is really poor.
And I'm gonna tell you this,
That's
but they're gonna
a big
take both of
problem.
us down, because I'm gonna put mine up too. But like stop hating each other because you disagree. I've not had one American media to interview me about this.
You needed a cowboy hat. You needed a cowboy
I've
hat.
had plenty of foreign press
if you were-
come up and say, "Sir, explain this."
Dude, if
son."
you were-
American media is very corrupt.
Okay.
Sure, but if you were in a
But the
cowboy hat,
Ameri-
you would have gotten interviews. Trust me, I know.
But the American media, but now when it becomes popular, when the thing to do,
This I'm never gonna get
when
my
it's the
ending.
fad, you
But
see,
if he-
they're gonna be beating me down. Oh, the guy, let's talk to the guy with the stop hating each other, because see, it's not a fad right now. When it becomes a fad, watch. Oh man, I'd be a star.
All right, so we're obviously going to continue this conversation.
We
I
gotta
hope-
go find out, be nosy, see what's going on.
Yeah, I hope that
Okay.
you found this somewhat enlightening, at least thought-provoking. All of the statements we make, we're open to learning something new, and we hope you are too. So reevaluate Jason from what the media is calling him, because the stuff he's saying and what I'm sensing with my Holy Spirit is that he's not racist, he's not a neo-Nazi, and all that stuff that's going on. Don,
He
now
got
Don,
some quirks, man.
Now Don,
The man got some quirks. We all got quirks.
and Don might
We
be,
all got some
Don
quirks.
might be classifying a lot of white people right now. He might change his point of view on that.
We all got some
And I don't know
quirks.
what I'm saying, so that's my
Yeah,
cover.
we all got quirks, man. There's
So-
nobody's perfect around. And see, this is what I'm saying.
Everybody's pretending to be perfect.
Exactly.
They have
Yeah,
to.
but
Exactly.
everybody got some
Everybody's scared to
dysfunction,
death
man.
right now to say the wrong.
I'm not.
Yeah.
He's not.
We all
And he's
got
not.
some
But
dysfunction.
they've already slammed me. They body slammed me and made me sound like I'm the worst person ever.
Yeah, they
so
did.
I don't really. I mean, I try to learn from my mistakes, but I can't really worry
Look,
about
you know
it
what?
too
And
much anymore.
Jason, I'm making the same mistakes because here I am with you. No, it's straight up. We have to be ourselves. People are going to spin. People are going to lie. People are going to cheat, and they're going to try to take you out because they don't want you online. You're either doing the wrong message. We are all now digital, and we are in the frontier of it. These are epic times. I guarantee you, this is the Great Awakening. It's going to be tough under Camilla. So just maybe we'll get Jason back and know that you're loved, appreciated.
And before you, hey Jason, man, thank you for at least giving us the opportunity. Will,
Yeah, I'd like
thank
to
you.
talk.
You're not leaving us, are you?
No. I mean, I got to get up.
Oh no, I mean,
No.
Are you gonna go and find out what's
I
going
need
on?
to-
with that?
I'm going too. We like to check it out.
Something going on.
So-
There's something going on with this helicopter, boy.
So let's all say goodbye. Goodbye.
All right.
Say goodbye.
So, but we'll do
Hey,
this. Hey,
he's still
listen,
talking.
America. We're gonna do this again.
If they allow us.
And you know where you are, man. I challenge some of y'all to get some people with different opinions and sit down and talk. You know, if more people start posting conversations like this, then you know we'll be in a much better place.
Yeah, because I love
really
Don.
would.
I've known Don for a while, and I'm impressed with Jason. So
And the fucker's always
yeah,
right.
and I didn't know. I mean, I'm sitting there going, you look up Jason, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I haven't had a neo-Nazi on, and he's not a neo-Nazi. Gosh darn it! No, just kidding. Don't judge a book by its cover. Stereotyping is also considered racism. Thanks for watching, guys.
All right. See y'all. All right.